Hey girl, so if you are somebody struggling to know what your nutrition fact labels even mean, this series that I'm doing right now is totally going to clear that up for you. By the end of part 1, which I just finished, and then today's video, you will be able to turn the back of any product over and know if it is healthy and if it fits into your nutrition strategy. Now, you have to know what your nutrition strategy is for any of this to make sense. So if you're trying to lose weight, you have to know what your calorie deficit is so that you know, okay, this is what it says, I understand it, but you also have to know if it fits. So part 1 was all about how to read this, the basics of, where to start on the label and what percent daily value means. We went over added sugars. We went over a little bit of the bottom part here of, sodium requirements. So if you missed that, go to part 1, easy peasy. Now, today we're going a little bit deeper and we're going to talk about both how to read the ingredient list and also we're going to start right now with the buzzwords of what to watch out for, how the marketers sell you. And I've got such a great example to give you. I can't wait. So, the first thing I want to do is give you, I tried to alliterate things and give you little methods so you could remember. The first one is this. Are you listening? The first one I'm calling the 5-5-5 method of label reading. And what that is 5 seconds. It should take you that long to check the first 5 ingredients of any label. I'm going to get one here in a second. Be cautious if you cannot pronounce the first 5 ingredients. That's for sure. And the third 5 is any really ideal product has 5 ingredients or less. So 5 seconds, check the first 5 ingredients. The second thing is, if you can't pronounce them, it's probably not so good. And if there's a litany, if there's more than 5, it's probably not so good. So the 5-5-5 rule. Again, I will put all of this in email for you so you do not have to take notes today. So if you are not on my email, drop it in the comments and I'll or DM me on Facebook and I'll get that to you. No problem. So when you are looking, I'm going to get a really processed product here. So when you are looking at a nutrition label, and I know you can't see the words, it's okay, it doesn't matter. And it is, your ingredient list is this long. Probably not so good. And let me tell you what, there's all kinds of things in here that you can't pronounce. Colors, and we'll go over those. But if it's super long, it's probably not ideal. Again, it can be processed like these pasta packets. And look how short. This is literally water, pasta, olive oil, and wheat flour. There you go. So just because it is a quick product or convenience product, doesn't mean it's necessarily bad for you, but you have to know what you're looking at. So the 5-5-5 rule, first 5 seconds, first 5 ingredients, and does it have 5 ingredients or more? Boom. Now, the next thing that I want to go over is, this is the fun part. Let's go over marketing buzzwords. Are you ready? So I created the false system, FALSCE, right? So here we go, the false method, let's call it. If it claims to be free, that's the F, free of something. So fat-free, sugar-free, gluten-free. You need to turn your box over because typically what fat-free means is what you'll find is it has astronomical amount of sugar in it, right? So beware. They sell you and you're like, oh, it's fat-free. Fat's bad for me. Let me look and, let me buy this. And then you turn it over and you just consumed a yogurt, but you might as well have eaten a king-size Snickers. I'm not kidding. So fat-free. Sugar-free usually means that it's full of chemical sweeteners that are going to jack up your gut biome. So be very careful with sugar-free. Gluten-free is not necessarily healthier. It means it doesn't have gluten. It can be full of all kinds of other garbage that's not good for you, but it's gluten-free. So F, false is free. If it claims to be free, watch out. Number 2, the A in false is all exaggerations, all natural. I'm going to show you a product right now in a second. You're not going to believe how many gimmicks are all in one package. All natural, all real ingredients. It's meaningless. It's, what does that even mean? All natural. And then you turn it over and it's full of chemicals. So those are what we would say unregulated terms. They can just use them however they want. So F is free. A is all, the all claim. L is low. So low fat and low calorie and light is another one. And these all can be still very high in sugar. Low fat is high in sugar typically. They can contain all kinds of other bad ingredients, but if it's technically low calorie, congratulations. Now you've consumed a ton of, other bad things. So the low claim. S is source. This is a big one. Source claims a good source of folic acid on every cereal box since we were 3, right? And then you turn it over and it's got 18, dyes and all these chemicals and all this stuff. But yeah, congratulations, your folic acid is right on par. So a good source of is another word to watch out for. A good source of fiber. Turn it over and make sure, where does that fiber coming from? Because a lot of times it's added processed stuff and it's not natural grainy fiber. And then I wish I had a loaf of bread. Pepperidge Farm, all these like whole grains, 12 grain, and you turn it over and it literally has 1 gram of fiber. So what they've basically done is made your brown bread or your bread brown. That's what they've done. They're totally fooling us. So just be careful when it says it's a good source of, like, particularly let's go to whole grains. That if it is, you better turn it over and see tons of vitamins and minerals, and also especially fiber. Okay. And then the E in false is enriched or enhanced. That's huge. So enriched means that they've processed the heck out of it and then dumped some vitamin whatever in there. Fortified, same thing. They've added all these artificial nutrients back into a processed food. Enhanced, that word typically means it's totally synthetic. And then with added omega-3s, trust me, they have not taken a high quality fish oil and given you the pleasure of putting it in your product. It's usually kind of like a processed, icky source. So false. Let's do it again. So 5-5-5 rule, right? 5 seconds, first 5 ingredients, 5 ingredients or less. The false claim is if it claims to be free, if it is claiming all natural, all whatever, if it claims to be low fat, sugar, S is source, great source of, right? Or E, enriched. It's probably false. Turn your product over, okay? So moving on, I hope this is so helpful, girl. Listen, again, the goal is weight loss. The goal is to get healthy, and you can't do it if you don't know what you're putting into your body or what you're looking at. And that's what I'm empowering you with on these 2 videos about label reading. It's all about you being in control and knowing what you're consuming. Now, the next part that we're going to go into, hold on. What I'm going to do now is give you the perfect product it's like a marketer's, art piece. Hold on. So my husband went to Costco and found this product, right? What could be wrong? He was so proud of it. So first of all, look at all these words. It's made by Mama, and she's Italian. So it's probably a great product, and it tastes really good because Mama made it, right? So duh. It's just this Italian gimmicking market is huge because those girls know how to cook and their food is delish. So this is first. Second way they get you is 35 grams of fiber, which is great. That's fantastic, actually. So this is what he was going for, is right here. But then you have all the other buzzwords, right? You have flame grilled. Not crunchy, not crispy. Those words indicate deep fried. The word grilled to somebody would indicate, oh, it's grilled. It's got to be clean, right? And then it's chicken breast. It's not the fattier pieces of the chicken like a thigh or a drumstick. It's the chicken breast, right? So far you're thinking, hallelujah. And then you go even further. And what you see down here is all natural, no preservatives. There's your word, all. You have minimally, they even tell you this is minimally processed. They tell you no artificial ingredients, right? No artificial flavors, right? So it's all set up for success. Yippee! And then you turn it over. And what you're going to see in the nutrition facts is, remember, we start up here with serving size, and then we or servings per container. Then we go and see our serving size is 1 piece, and then the calories say 310. Like, that's a little high for a chicken breast, right? For what I think was probably like 3 ounces of chicken, 310. I don't know. Let's keep going. So then we get down here and we see, first of all, this is astronomically high in sodium, which is typical for processed foods. So watch that. But then you get back up here to fat. This is what I want to show you. It's probably blurry for you, but it's okay. Just follow along. And what you need to see is that this is 19 grams of fat in a chicken breast. When's the last time you ate a succulent chicken breast that tasted like steak or chicken thigh? Doesn't happen. So now what we need to do is go to our ingredient list, and what you're going to see is that it is grilled chicken breast with water, powdered chicken broth, and salt. So it's seasoned. There, it's not blurry for you. And then look what they've done. They've added canola oil. Why this Italian mama didn't put olive oil in there? I don't know. It's probably too expensive to mass market. You see how that is? So really, even though all of these things made the consumer, my husband, think, what could go wrong? It sounds delicious. It's got high fiber. It says all these right things down here about all natural. And then you turn it over and you're putting 19 grams of fat of canola oil into what would have been perfect. So what I'm trying to teach you is that just because it has all the right buzzwords does not mean it's a healthy product. You can do much, much better with this. Okay, so there you go, buzzwords. Now, the next thing I want to go over is the whole label reading or ingredient list. And the method I have for you is called, I'm trying to help you so much. So we have 555. We have false for gimmicky words. And now I'm giving you the SCAM method, SCAM. Again, this is all in email. If you want it, shoot me your email. And the SCAM method is for spotting red flags quickly in an ingredient list. Okay. So the S in SCAM is sweeteners. So anytime something again says low fat or no fat, anytime it says 0 sugar, flip that baby over, and what you're going to see are words that end in ose, O-S-E, like sucralose, fructose, dextrose. All those are chemicals, crap. And you'll also see words that end in ITOL, xylitol, mannitol. So all of these, you just have to understand, do they have their place? If you want a Diet Coke every now and then, sure, have it. It's not going to kill you. But if you have these on the regular, you're just dumping chemicals in your body all day long. So we don't want that at all. Now, the other gimmick they do is concentrated fruit juice as a sweetener. And you're thinking, oh, isn't that great? They just put a little apple juice in here. Well, what do you think the fruit juice is made of? Right? Fructose, sucralose. So don't be fooled by added fruit juice or concentrated fruit juice. You see that a lot. And these are all just different forms of sugar under different names, basically. You know, like if you have the fruit juice is one, the date, I see dates another, so it's still sugar, so be careful of those. So added sugars from natural sources, beware of, and then the ITOLs and the OSEs, right? So S is for sweeteners. Also look for high fructose corn syrup. That's a sweetener that science has proven is terrible for us. So S in the scam is sweeteners. When you're reading an ingredient list, okay, is there any, you're reading. Is there any OSEs, ITOLs, high fructose corn syrup? The C is for colors, chemicals, and coatings. I love that. You ready? So I want you to look for numbers. It'll say red 40, yellow 5, blue 1. We're trying to get rid of those right now, thank God, right? Look for all caps, so acronyms like BHAs, BHT. There's one I don't even know what it is. TBHQ. So if you see numbers in your ingredient list, if you see big capital letters in your ingredient list, it's not for you. Put the product down. Any other words under colors, chemicals, and coatings that end in ATE or IDE, like sodium nitrate or potassium bromate, those are all no-goes, chemicals. So S is sweeteners, C is colors, look for numbers and acronyms. A is artificial or just ambiguous, like additives. You have no idea what, okay, whatever that is, those. And things like, it'll say natural flavors. What does that even mean if it's, the whole list is a mile long and full of the wrong, numbers and colors, etc. And it'll say, so natural flavors, it will also say artificial flavors. It will say MSG, any sort of MSG derivatives are not good. Sulfites, emulsifiers, you see those words, they'll just tell you whatever kind of like polysorbate emulsifier. So if it needs to be emulsified with polysorbate, you shouldn't be eating it. So that's A, artificial and ambiguous. You have no idea what you're looking at, additives. And then M, listen, this is a good one. Modified or kind of like manipulated oils and fats. So we're looking at words like, and you see this on everything, partially hydrogenated, I can't even say it. Partially hydrogenated oils. Hydrogenated oils. This is why we're doing this. So partially hydrogenated oils, trans fats. You don't want any of those. Refined seed oils like soybean, corn, canola, cottonseed. You don't want any of those. Modified food starch, modified corn starch, hydrogenated oils of any kind. So you don't want those in there. So now let's give you some examples. The first thing, because I don't want this video to be too long, but let's talk about this. What is a single ingredient food? You hear that a lot. This is a single ingredient food. If this was in a package and you turned it over, it would say apple. So when I tell you in my coaching, all these videos that I give to you, and with my clients one-on-one, I want you to eat as many single ingredient foods as possible. This is what I mean. So on your plate, if you had a chicken breast, single ingredient food. If you had broccoli, single ingredient food. If you had rice even, that's single ingredient food. All on one plate, you're doing well. This is your snack with a chicken tender, 2 single ingredient foods. So you get the point. Now, every ingredient list that you are buying in convenience products need to be as close to this as possible. So when you turn over your chicken, your convenience chicken, and it has a long list, you don't want that one. You want to get as close to it saying chicken in a bag as possible. Chicken, water, spices. Right? Short ingredient list, as close as you can to it just saying, this is broccoli, right? So when we buy our steamer bags of broccoli, for instance, it just says broccoli. So that's first about, let's just keep it simple. Single ingredient foods is what you're going for. Now, life is busy. So sometimes we don't have time to make our own pasta, or we're at work, or we're on the road, or we're whatever it is, and we need convenience foods. There are convenience foods that got it right. So this is a microwavable pasta packet, and if you turn it over, again, you don't need to be able to read it just as much as to see. It's literally pasta, wheat flour, and extra virgin olive oil and salt. That's all. So it's as close to pasta in a bag as they could put it. This is a good one. 5 ingredients or less. You know what they all are. There's no additives. There's no colorings. Nothing. It's just pasta in a bag. And they do go bad. I learned that the hard way. Now let's take its complete opposite. My husband buys these. Don't tell anyone. So tuna helper. This, you don't get more processed than this, sister. Ain't nothing real about it. The cheese ain't real. I mean, Lord Jesus, if even the tuna, you know, it's only real because you're the one adding it. So if you look at the difference, this, again, this ingredient list is a mile long, like I showed you before. And I can tell you right now, after I put my specs on, because the print is so small. It's ridiculous, America. Okay, here we go. It has got literally vegetable oil, canola, soybean oil, sunflower oil. It's got all of the things, coconut oil even. It has lactate. It has sodium phosphate, on and on, right? If it's this long and the first 5 ingredients are, listen to this. Thiamine mononitrate is ingredient number 3. Ingredient number 2 is ferrous sulfate, right? So we have 2 8 words, -ate suffixes, in the first 2 ingredients, 3 ingredients. So you get the point. So when you turn it over and it's a mile long, put it back. If you turn it over and it says pasta in a bag, as close as you can get to that, that's your product. So you don't really have to, I don't want you to make it complicated. It is a skill. You absolutely have to know what you're looking at. But once you do, boom, 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 you can do it so fast. But you just have to practice. So I will encourage you. I hope you took notes. If you don't want to be in my email, that's okay. And again, I'll give them to you real quick. The first one is the 5-5-5 rule, where you're gonna, in the first 5 seconds, look at the first 5 ingredients. And if they are 5 ingredients that are natural, that's your product. The next one was the false system for buzzwords. F is anything that claims it to be free. A is all natural. L is claims to be low sugar, low fat, etc. S is the source, great source of vitamin C, whatever it is. E is enriched or enhanced. It means they just added it back in after they took it out in the processing system. And then that's for buzzwords, false. And then the scam method is sweeteners, colors, and chemicals. A is the artificial additives that are ambiguous. You have no idea what they are. And M is modified or manipulated oils and fats. So there you go. Don't make it complicated. Use these methods, and then just practice. And if you have any questions, let me know. People send me labels all the time, and I don't like to just say, yep, it's good. Especially now that I'm doing this teaching deliberately, I want you to tell me why it's good or bad, and then we'll go over it. And I don't even really love, but I don't love recommending brands, because then you're going to depend on one brand or on me to always say, oh, that's a good one. Oh, that's not a good one. I want you to know. That's the most important thing, is that you know what you're looking at and if it fits into your calorie deficit so that you can lose weight and not be sabotaged by all this crap. So, all right, girl, I love you. I'm proud of you for making it to the end of this video. I hope you took notes. If you didn't, drop your email and I'll just zip it right over there. I give that, all that kind of free stuff is in email, and it's so good. I get such great reviews on the stuff I give there because it's not salesy. I don't sell anything in email. I'm just helping you. So drop your email if you want it. And otherwise, I will see you next video. Like and share this so that we get the word out and so other girls get help. So I'll chat soon. See ya.